So you had an experience at the Northwestern Hospital where you were having some problems with your heart. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yes, it was in May. I'm sitting in my living room. Tina's over visiting. So we sitting up there talking. All of a sudden I got real cold. Real cold. I had a skull cap on. I had
It's okay.
I had a heating pad on. I mean a heated blanket on. I was still cold. But thank God I had to go to my neurologist the next day. So I go over to the neurologist. I get there. So he asked me, he said, "Have you always had a fast heartbeat?" I said, "No." Why you say that? He said, "Because your heart beating at 116 right now." I said, "Wow." He said, "Either you can go home and go to the doctor tomorrow, or you can go right across the street. I'll put the orders in now." I said, "Well, put them in." I said, "I'm on my way across the street." So I get across the street. They took me to the way. They took out my vitals. Then they took me to the second floor emergency room. So I go over there. I mean, I had like three people poking on me, all at the same time. I asked the lady. I said, "Do you have a pen cushion that you can stick the needles in when you get done?" They said, "No." She said, "Why you said that?" I said, "Because I'm getting stuck. My veins. If you say I found it, it'll run away. It'll run away." So when they did get it, it was good. So me, I like to have fun. I like to joke and don't offend nobody. I like to joke. So I'm joking around with them. So the next day they said, "Oh, we got a room." So I said, "Okay." So when they did that was, then they said, "No, we can't go. We got to go take a EKG." So I go take the EKG, come back. They transfer me to bed. I had the doctors and student doctors laughing, having fun like I do. So then all of a sudden I had to sit on side the bed. When I sit on side the bed, I got kind of lightheaded. Got kind of lightheaded. When I got lightheaded, Tina's like, "You want me to call the? You want me to call the? Push the button?" I said, "No, I'm good, Tina." "You sure?" "No, I'm good." A few minutes later, "You want me to press the button?" I said, "No, I'm good." So then all of a sudden she said, "You sure?" I said, "Press the button." My heart beating was beating fast. When they came in there, I think I was about to have a heart attack because they had me lay down. They took the EKG machine and put it on my chest. Then they said, they, they called a doctor, and the doctor come. One of the doctors, she was on the cardiac floor. So then she tell me, she's like, uh, "Don't worry about it. I got you. I got you. I got you." She said, "I'm gonna start another IV." She said, "I'm gonna explain everything that you're gonna go through." And sometimes we have to take our look off the doctor's face and look off, because if not, we're gonna sink just like the ship. Because the looks they had on their face, the looks like it was all over for me. So I took my, stopped looking at them, stopped looking at the board on the wall, and just started praying. Start praying then. Start praying. Next thing you know, I had doctors all in the room, all in the room, coming from everywhere. So what it was, my heart rate was still going up. So what she said was, she said, "Be still, Marcus. Be patient. I got you. I got you. I'm right here with you. Whatever I tell you to do, just follow the directions." So what she said was, "I'm gonna shoot this stuff into this IV, and what it's gonna do is, it's gonna drop your heart rate." Now just imagine, I see my heart rate go from 198 all the way down to 19. When it went down that, she said, "Take a deep breath." She said, "Keep taking deep breaths. Every time, listen to me, just listen to me. Whenever I tell you to take a deep breath, you take it." I was listening. I was listening. I was listening. I was listening. So then, when I could talk, I cracked a joke, and they like, oh, Marcus is back. Marcus is back. But when you're in the valley, you got to pray your way out the valley, because God's trying to take you somewhere. You got to listen. It ain't no time to be joking around here. This is a life and death situation. So I listened to what that lady told me, because you never know. And she got me through it. So then they had to move me to another floor the next day to be on the monitor all day. And guess what? The next day, it happened again. But it wasn't as severe. And they did the same thing.
So, one of the things that you've said talks about you've faced some very extreme life and death situations. And having MS, it puts you at a higher risk for when things go wrong. And when you talk to people from the support group, there's a common theme where family and friends turn their back on you. Some people say they don't believe you. Some people say, they just can't handle some of the situations, whatever it may be. It's a common theme, and you always talk to people about that. What would you like to say? What do you want to say to people who, whether it's MS or an autoimmune, some kind of lifelong disease, becomes very lonely? What do you want to say to those people?